I think we played a very good game here at Stamford Bridge. And I think actually we were unlucky not to get a draw. Some big chances we missed in the end. And I think we managed over the 90 minutes to go toe-to-toe in many moments with Chelsea, especially the second half. And I think a draw would have, probably been okay fair. So very pleased with my players' performance in many ways. Nothing more to say.
I think we were in control of the game, probably unless the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, where we concede. But I think it's also normal. But overall, I think we control the game, we create chances, and we score 2, we could score more. But overall, I think we deserve to win the game.
Karen, do you think the only thing stopping Chelsea from being serious contenders for the title is the average age of the squad? The average age of a Premier League winning squad is about 27, 28. The average age of this team is about 23. Are they a bit inexperienced then?
I don't think it's the age, I think it's in the experience. If we ask the same question, what we've said about Arsenal the last few seasons, it's because they haven't had the experience, the back end, and your legs get tired in, March, April, and you're really pushing at the business end. That's why we've always said no to Arsenal. So I have to say the same thing. I think Chelsea were unbelievable. I think the 2 centre-halves a little bit too young, and obviously the goalkeeper is he was fantastic today, but he's obviously a bit dubious as well. But they're certainly, you can't rule them out, but I think towards the back end, that's where they'll get found out a little bit.
I think their weakness is a centre-half and a goalkeeper. Sanchez was excellent today. If you can continue playing like that on that consistent basis, then they have no worries there. Fofana's a big miss. He's out injured at the moment. I think it doesn't look too bad. So if he comes back, I like Colwell. I like the 2 fullbacks. The midfield, they've got it sus when Lavia's in there as well. Casado's brilliant at the moment. Enzo playing as a 10 with Palmer. And Nicholas Jackson scoring goals. And Nkunku comes on and scores. They haven't got to worry. Neto, fantastic. Madueke in the final third. They have got talented players. And Cucurella, who I really like. I mean, I think he's an absolute nuisance. And I mean it in the nicest possible way. I mean, that is his 2nd Premier League goal ever and the first one for Chelsea. He's a very good defender. You want him in your side, but you do not want to play against him.
If he's in your team, you love him.
Love him.
If he's not, you don't love him.
Azpilicueta he reminds me of. And this boy just puts himself on offer time and time again. He misses so many chances, but when it's a half chance like that, he does it brilliantly. Look at the balance of him, just smashes it into the bottom corner. He will score them the goals to take them where they need to be. I think, possibly, we're not talking about the ownership anymore at Chelsea. No one's mentioning that.
We're not talking about the approach either, to be fair.
Because the manager's done a great job. He's got harmony there. He's used that Europa Conference League brilliantly to keep everyone happy and fit and ready to go. He's got in-house competition. And I believe if they're good enough in the transfer market in January and they go and get that cover for it, to get a little bit of an experienced Premier League player in that centre-half position, and maybe another goalkeeper, or the easiest players to find goalkeepers, then I think they might have a chance.
Karen, look at those fixtures. They won 5 in a row. That's what's coming up. Most of the senior players don't play in their conference, as we know. And they don't need to because they're going to qualify, and they're not in the League Cup. So all they've got to worry about, they've got the FA Cup starting 2nd week of Jan, but it's basically league football week to week to week now, with the squad that most clubs would.
You know what happened last time they did that? Antonio Conte.
They won the league.
They won the league. I think if you look at those games there, they're all winnable with that. And winning breeds winning, and the mentality, and it's all positive. As you mentioned, everything is going smooth. And even in today's game, Brentford the first half put literally everyone behind the ball when they found a way. Second half, they pressed them and had a right good go. This winner scored on the counter-attack. They've got every way of trying to break down a team. And it's just a 2 centre-halves and a goalkeeper, but you're right, there's still a window, and Chelsea find a way to be able to buy players.
Yeah, I think it's really fascinating what Chelsea are going to do this season. I think that's going to be one of the really interesting bits of the second half of the season. Well, on Sunday morning, Wolves announced they'd parted ways with head coach Gary O'Neill. We'll get the reaction to that in a few moments, but first...
All right, Chelsea win 2-1 at Stamford Bridge. hard-fought match. Of course, if you know that you are facing Brentford, you have to be ready for the battle, and they battled hard today. Kudos to Kukulera, kudos to Caicedo, kudos to Enzo Fernandez. These three players, man, they brought it on. I mean, when you are facing Brentford, you have to be ready to battle, to duel in the middle of the park. And these guys, they brought it on. And kudos to every Chelsea player. They played a very good game. They should have won by a lot more than just 2-1. But at the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points. And right now, they are 2 points just behind the Liverpool. And if they win their next match next weekend, they will be top of the table before Liverpool plays their next game. So, I mean, the Blues are flying, man. The Blues are flying. Slowly, they are getting there. And people will be thinking now, even Chelsea fans now, that will be saying, we are in the title race, because they have been denying they are in the title race, but they have to start telling us that they are in the title race at the moment, because they are actually in the title race. Well, good game. Brentford had a very good game plan. They wanted to defend and then hit Chelsea on the counter. They did, and Chelsea controlled that quite well. Their counter pressing was really good, and they quite controlled that until after going 2-0 up. What should have been 3 or 4-0 up, but it was 2-0 up before Mbueno now broke and then scored the long goal for Brentford. I mean, their game plan was actually that goal. If you put their game plan on the paper, that was actually that goal. Chelsea's throw-in, counter pressed by Brentford, and then set up Mbuemo, and then a goal. So that's 2-1. And then Chelsea tried to control the game, matured people, try to buy time with free kicks and stuff, and then see out the game. A credible tactical performance by the Blues, and right now they are playing the best football in the Premier League, hands down. I'm telling you. If Liverpool, I don't enjoy watching Liverpool more than I enjoy watching Chelsea. So Chelsea are playing a very high level football at the moment, even though they are still making silly mistakes, but it's what it is. They are young and they have a new coach. They still have things to sort out, but they are playing really well. You cannot take that away from them. I mean, Manchester United beat Manchester City earlier, and Chelsea won. Liverpool dropped points, Arsenal dropped points. What? If you're a Chelsea fan right now, wow, you should be in cloud 9, because the Blues are flying. Like I said, they are flying. They are good. Honestly, they are good.